Welcome everybody to both sides of the conversation. I'm John Henry, Executive Director. Today is Thursday. So you know what that means. We're going to have another educational Thursday. Y'all know every Thursday at 7 p.m. we are here to intentionally educate our community, bring the information, the sauce, the information that sometimes our community just don't get. I don't know why. But we're trying to uplift our community. And every week we're doing our job to bring on phenomenal guests to educate our community. I know it's the holiday weekend. Everybody's getting ready. We only will have one show tonight and this weekend. We won't have a Sunday conversation or a hidden gem show on Tuesday because of the holiday, but we will be back, community. But before we get started, I just want to say today was phenomenal. Okay, today was a great day in San Francisco because what I see today is what I've always wanted to see. Black folks in the community, in the sun, supporting each other, uplifting each other. And that's what happened today. So I want to give a huge shout out to the community. And then I want to give a thank you to all the amazing sponsors. I want to start off with the Brown Bombers. I want to say shout out to NCLF, SF Block, OEWD, Dreamkeeper Initiative, and a number of other community organizations that came together and both sides of the conversation. Look, I almost forgot my own organization. See, I keep telling y'all, it's not about us, but both sides of the conversation. We was there today to support our community. We had a young man in our community, Brother Anthony, the owner of What's the Scoop in San Francisco, grew up in D10, living in the community, built the ice cream parlor for the community. If you all don't know the story, I'll run it down real quick. This young brother opened this ice cream parlor, his dream to be an entrepreneur, run his business. After opening and starting his business, several weeks later, some fools, some people from our community that I don't know, are they community or not, decided they was going to break into his ice cream shop. They stole all of his equipment and things, and the young brother's heart just broke. He melted like the ice cream. He didn't know if he wanted to give up. He was upset. Why would y'all do this for me? I'm from the community. But what happened is the community came together like we supposed to in solidarity. So what we did as community said, hey, we're not going to let the negative switch the narrative. We're going to make a positive narrative. So we called all of the community organizations, all the people in the community, come support the young brother, spend some money, make a donation. And all of the organizations came together, put money together. And today was another day. We've had several of them, but today was the most special because we gave away so much free stuff, 500 scoops of ice cream to all of the folks who came in there. We had over 150, 200 kids when I was there, families, elders, seniors. We were live. Go check it out. If you want to see, go check it out. It's on our YouTube channel. I was there. I had to leave at a certain point. Io was there representing. The amount of families, community that came up, showed up to make donations, support this brother business was phenomenal. And I'm just excited that our community comes together. When we talk about here at both sides of the conversation, changing the narrative from the voices of the people. Today, you heard the voices of the people. You saw the community show up in love, in solidarity to uplift a young African male. I'm so proud because young brothers across this country get a bad rap. This young man is doing something powerful and phenomenal, being an entrepreneur, creating his own way. Even through the turmoil, even through the obstacle, he stayed strong. He lifted his head up. He cried out to the community, I need support. And the great Black people of San Francisco, the small percentage of Black folks that are still left in San Francisco, the Black-led organization, the city officials, the different departments, community, family came together as one to uplift a business like that. So tremendous day. Great day for our community. Y'all know in San Francisco, the fog always gets us, but something special happened today, y'all. The sun was out. It was beaming bright. It was hot enough to have an ice cream scoop. Everybody was out there enjoying the time in the community. And your guy, the bishop, Io, we were there to support the community. We surprised the community. They thought they was just coming to get ice cream. We gave away money. We gave away all kind of stuff. They didn't even know what they was in. It was like, wow, are we really getting it? Yes. You have been blessed for being a blessing. And again, the lesson of the day is community. When we work together, when we come together, when we do the things that we need to do as a Black community, we can really move things forward. So, with that being said, just want to say thank you to the community. Thank you for the young brother not quitting and giving up and continuing to lift up the company and what he's doing. Again, community, if you missed it today, go out there and support the young brother. Go spend some dollars in black business. We always talk about Black Friday every day, that we do this every Friday. Go out there this weekend if it's nice. Take your kids there. Show the young brothers and your family that there's young people that are still thriving, still trying to do the right thing. We always hear young black males doing the wrong thing. This is one of those stories. This is one of those businesses that you want to get behind because you're lifting up a young black male. So I'm so proud of that young man. I'm proud of his family. They was there. His friends was there. It was just great to see black folks in unison. So again, shout out to What's the Scoop community. I know San Francisco is famous for Mitchell's ice cream. Go support out your young black brother. Go get some of that black ice cream. It's something about it that was just extra. I don't know. I'm going to ask Ayo because I was like, is this Oreo or is this black Oreo? Is this blackberry or is it Arbery? Is this black banana? Because something about the ice cream was just very tasty. It was something different. So I don't know, community. Go support the young black brother. Spend your dollars black. Uplift our community and our young people. The elders was there. They was even proud, saying it's just great to see the elders passing the torch, supporting the young people. We know there's a problem with our generations and our community. We're bridging the gap. We're doing it together. I was very proud today. It was a very proud day. The supervisor of the district was there, Shabbat Walton. The community leaders was there. It was amazing. It was just a great day. So with that being said, because I can go on and on, I want to go ahead and say welcome to all of our amazing voices here. Mark, how you doing? Talk to the people, King.
Well, first of all, Bishop, once again, glad to see you. Glad to see you, Sister Ayo. Shout out to the whole both sides of the conversation team and the community. And just listen to you. I was thinking about the word community because it means we have a common unity around what we value together, and to see the people or to hear it. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm jealous. I'm still like say I'm looking for my food to come out there and get some of that good black ice cream all the way from Houston, Texas. But when I get out there, I've definitely got to go check out that spot and get some ice cream. I remember back in the day that we used to say other people's ice was colder, but for some reason, when we put our thing on it, you know, when black folks put that love into it, there's something about that melanin that just makes things a little bit better. So I just want to salute the community, and I'm looking forward to us getting educated tonight because I think we're really going to tap into a new level of understanding when it comes to knowing who we are.
Man, glad to have you, Mark. Don't worry. You're gonna be out here in the Bay of Life. Y'all, the voice is coming to the Bay. We will connect Houston and Cali. It's gonna happen. Y'all will see the voice. He will be coming to bless the people with us. Believe me, it's going to be a great time, Mark. We have a blessed one. But to the co-host, Miss Ayo, talk to the people. You was there. How did you feel, Ayo?
It was definitely a feeling of nostalgia. I grew up in that community. And just Sunday I was saying, going into my old community, into my old neighborhood, I don't recognize any of the mom and pop shops. I don't recognize a lot of the faces, but being there today, it just gave me such a sense of warmth and happiness, and how the community showed up, the abundance of support from city leaders all the way up to the elders who the shop is literally next door to a building I used to work in doing in-home care. And one of the ladies came in and she looked at me, and I looked at her. I said, "Hey, Miss Smith." She was like, "Baby." And she was like, "I've been looking for you." I was like, "I'm here." She was like, "Oh, it's so good to see you." Just seeing a lot of the community leaders who were there when I was growing up. Miss Vivian, I was in her dance class at 8 years old. She looked at me. She was like, I said, "Yeah, give me your information." She was like, she looked at my shirt. She said, "I'm so happy to see you representing that shirt." Just the outpour of people coming in, not only to get those free scoops, but to see people actually patronizing, actually putting money in that tip jar, And I had my youngest son with me, so it was so hilarious. I called myself getting my own scoop. He was like, "Yeah, no." He was double fisted. And like you said you don't know if those berries were blackberries. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, because it was definitely a different taste. It's not like that It's been frozen. It felt like that fresh whip, you know. So the love that was poured into the business, the love that is poured from that business, it was just amazing to be there to witness it. It was amazing afternoon, actually. It really was.
Well, I'm glad you see Miss Vivian. So you know what that means now. You know she's gonna call me 1,000 times now. She's gonna be like, Bishop, I didn't know Ayo was part of your organization. Now she gonna feel like I owe her a favor, okay? She gonna be like, I owe her a favor now, okay?
She already signed me up. She already signed me up for her event August 1st. She said, I need you to be my co-host. I said, oh, whatever you need. You know, you never got to ask me twice. I'm there. No worries. She said, I need you to remind these children who I am. I said, as long as are you as strict as you were on us? She said, you got to be. I said, okay, then I'll come. No problem. It's no letting up. No problem.
Man, definitely we love Miss Vivian and we love our elders of the community. One thing about both sides of the conversation, we are about the community. We are about the people, but we love our elders. We love our young people. We go to bat all the time. We're always trying to bridge that gap. And I just want to say thank you to all the seniors who left the senior center to come over, get ice cream, all of the amazing folks, because that's what it's about, being in community, being in space today. And it was great. The young brother Anthony is phenomenal. He's a great interviewer. And he was doing his thing. His family was there. So we are very, very pumped up and excited. But with that being said, enough of the Bishop. It's time to get into our world news and events. Y'all go ahead and take over and handle the world news and events.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and take care of the world news. And the first headline, world news reads, struggling with a drug crisis. San Francisco wants Narcan availability at every pharmacy. San Francisco could become the first city in the country to require new pharmacies within its boundaries to always carry Noxolone. It's a drug that reverses overdoses caused by fentanyl and other opioids. San Francisco Supervisor Matt Dorsey introduced a bill Tuesday that, if approved, would require every pharmacy to always have in stock at least 2 nasal sprays containing the drug or face fines. Also, San Francisco cop facing manslaughter charges will finally head to trial. The case against the San Francisco police officer, Kenneth Che, facing manslaughter charges for shooting a man on the victim's own doorstep, eventually leading to his death several years later, will proceed in September, when the district attorney's office is expected to present evidence in the case. And also in the news, man allegedly tries to set San Francisco hotel on fire after thieves target him. A man who was allegedly robbed by a pack of thieves as he slept on the streets of San Francisco attempted to seek retribution by setting a hotel and another building on fire Wednesday morning in the Tenderloin, according to a witness at the scene. Also, San Francisco mayor and lawmakers cut deal to unleash 8,000 new homes. The San Francisco Mayor London Breed and Board of Supervisors President Aaron Peskin are introducing legislation Tuesday to cut affordability requirements for new housing construction as the city stares down a state mandate to allow for more homes. And the final headline, a tiny home village at the Cow Palace? San Francisco Supervisors plan has hurdles. The Cow Palace, a longtime home for rodeos, livestock expos, and even controversial gun shows, is now being considered for a whole new purpose, an RV and tiny home village for unsheltered people in San Francisco. And that will do it for the news. I'll turn it back over to you for community events.
That's actually not a bad idea. That open space would get a lot of the people actually in that community who are in tent cities off of the streets and making them a lot more safer for, the community. So that's actually not a bad idea, Cow Palace. And now to the events. Lonnie Green is hosting a Frisco game night, celebrating gospel, blues, jazz, soul, funk, electro, and hip hop. This is a free event. I repeat, free. There will be a talent show with cash prizes and raffle June 30th, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. The talent show starts at 7 p.m. at the Bayview Opera House, 4705 3rd Street in San Francisco. There is a current opening for a health worker position. This includes a position with the Health Disparities Program, working primarily in the Mission Excelsior, OMI neighborhoods in San Francisco. Spanish language strongly desired. It is open now, scheduled to close on July 10th, 2023. Sorry, we're having a little problem with our screen here. City Kids is hosting a Creator Con. Free creative outlets, art, music, and fashion. Save the date, July 14th, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. The event will take place at the 200 block of Jones Street. More info to come. San Francisco Rebels basketball and Doodah activities are having a STEM and sports summer program for youth ages 7 to 13, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Early bird program starting at 7 a.m. and aftercare program ending at 7 p.m. STEM Camp, you can experience one-of-a-kind activities focused on weekly STEM subjects such as robotics, arts and science, culinary, coding, along with field trips to local establishments aligned with the subject for the week. At Sports Camp, you can learn the fundamentals of basketball, volleyball, soccer, 7-on-7 football, with emphasis on getting better each day. Lots of skills and agility drills that helps kids improve the strength and knowledge of the game. There are 2 sessions left, 7/13 through 7/14, and July 17th through July 28th. Each session is $200, but there are scholarships available. Youth Speaks is hosting Brave New Voices, the world's best poets in San Francisco this summer only. Youth Speaks International Poet Slam Festival is back for the first time since 2019. A week of live, life-changing, in-person events. There will be youth writing workshops and performances by artists and activists, July 20th through July 22nd. Police Community Partnership is hosting Bayview National Night Out 2023 Kids Zone, food, resource fair, and more. August 1st, 5 p.m. through 7 p.m. There will be 2 locations, Bayview Opera House at 4705 3rd Street, Joseph Lee Rec Center at 1598 Oakdale Avenue. City College San Francisco Mission Office is offering a free 18-week certificate program with job placement services for office positions in the construction industry. Classes are August through December 2023 at 1125 Valencia Street, San Francisco. Mo Magic will be hosting backpack giveaways on August 5th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Ella Hill Hutch, 1050 McAllister Street in San Francisco. Are you looking for a summer experience full of fun, food, and good times for your child at an affordable price? $25 child per session? The San Francisco Brown Bombers present Summer Learning Experience for youth ages 5 to 14, starting Tuesday, June 19th through Friday, August 11th. Camp is held Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 509 Mendel Street in San Francisco. They will provide breakfast, lunch, and snacks. Sign-ups occur on first come, first served basis. So you guys better get those applications in now. Be Magic will be also hosting backpack giveaways August 12th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Now Hunters Point, 155 Jennings Street in San Francisco. Enjoy garden, fresh goodness, produce, baked goods, and more at the Farmers Market located at the Southeast Community Center, 1550 Evans Avenue in San Francisco, every Thursday now through November 30th, 3 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. They accept cash, debit, and EBT. San Francisco Human Rights Commission has regular bi-monthly commission meetings on the 2nd and 4th Thursday of each month at 5 p.m. in the San Francisco City Hall Room 416. You can also attend via Zoom. African American Reparations Advisory Committee has monthly meetings virtually at 5:30 p.m. every second Monday. Promote your business, nonprofit, or community impact on our Hidden Gems show. Share your expertise on Educational Thursday. Be a panelist on Sunday Conversations. You want to be a panelist this July coming up, you guys. We got our relationship segments coming. Keep up with both sides of the conversation. Our latest shows, follow us on Facebook, IG, TikTok, and subscribe to our newsletter. And don't forget to ring that bell on our YouTube, you guys, so you guys get notified when our shows are coming on. Both sides of the conversation is in search of volunteers. Give back to the community. Link 21 is hosting an open house so you can link them to help improve your Northern California travel choices, connections, and communities. Online open house is open 7 days a week, 24 hours per day, starting mid-June through mid-July. There are open office hours on June 29th from 5 to 6 p.m. This Sunday, we will not have a show in lieu of the 4th of July weekend, as well as following our Hidden Gems show also will be canceled for the 4th of July celebration.
All right. Thank you, Io, for the events. Thank you, community, for being patient. Y'all know the reason why we get these events out to the community, because it is our job to make sure the community know where the free resources is, where the job opportunities is. We make those intersection meets, and today is Thursday. It is our educational Thursday. Like Io said, no shows coming up, but after that, woo, it's going to be some hot topics coming up. We got 3 weeks of relationship conversations. The ladies are waiting for it. Mark is here. He owes the ladies something. They've been blowing me up. Make sure you get me on with Mark. It's going down. Okay. But I got some breaking news, some major key alerts coming up. Make sure y'all tune in and check out our social media handles. We have some amazing things that we're going to be doing to impact community coming up this season. Our shows and some amazing stuff coming up. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag until everything is sealed and dealed. But get ready. Both sides of the conversation is taking off even to another level, because here, all we do is uplift everybody else. So why won't we uplift? Get ready to see how we're going to bless the people. All right. With that being said, enough of us, community. I know y'all waiting. I want to know what this is all about. Tonight, we have the queen, the intentional Miss LA House here. Check her out, community. Welcome to both sides of the conversation, queen. Holla at the people. Let them know what we're getting into tonight.
All right. Well, I have a special treat for everyone here. It's something that I incorporate in my own life, and it really, really helps you take yourself to the next level. So thank you all for having me here. I am excited, and I am hoping that everyone is able to take away something from tonight's educational piece.
Yeah, I think everybody's ready. But before you get started, make sure you let them know who you are, what you have, what you about, what you do. Give them a little bit of rundown for your body. Don't just jump into information. We got to put it all together.
I do a little bit of everything. So I am LA Dials. I am in Houston, Texas. I am a life coach. I also am a fitness instructor. I am a mother. And I love helping others to really get to the best version of themselves that they can achieve. So my journey started about 8 or 9 years ago, where I was living life just completely unhappy with all of my choices. It was everything that I chose. So totally unhappy. And I started like really looking at, there's got to be more to life than this. There's got to be more. There's something I'm missing. What am I need to slow down. I need to stop and things like that. And so it led me on a spiritual journey of just understanding more about myself, understanding more about my purpose, understanding more about just what life was all about. And so a couple of years ago, almost 3 years now, I started working with a life coach who introduced me to human design. And I began working with coaches and clients to help them understand their human design. I dove into that rabbit's hole of learning and educating myself with the information that human design contains, and then being able to teach that and communicate that to others. Because I think inside we kind of know, and I really do believe God gives us the tools, but we can't be using the wrong tools in the wrong way, thinking that we're going to get the right results. So I just in a nutshell, human design is a system that utilizes your birth chart information. So that's your time of birth, your date of birth, your location of birth, to identify your unique gifts, talents, your subconscious stuff that you got going on, your conscious, sun, because it does deal with the planetary alignments. It includes 4 different systems, which are the I Ching, the Kabbalah, the Hindu chakra systems, as well as astrology. So it is extremely accurate. That's what I found the most about this particular method. You know, I use it in my daily, I use it with my children. Not really teaching them their human design, but just understanding different things about them. And that way I know how to approach different things that come up. So this is a method that is extremely on point. And it helped me to walk away from my corporate job after 13 years. I worked in the oil and gas industry for 13 years. I hated my job. I thought I had ADHD, and I don't. You know, I just could not. It wasn't meant for me to sit still for X amount of hours in a day and just be in one spot. And so I left that in search of whatever life had for me. So this is what I've dedicated my life to doing, helping others. I have a ebook that I created over manifestation. And so these are different things that I fully believe we have the power to move forward with God, not absent of God, but with God. Definitely it's called co-create. So it's a co-creation. Life is a co-creation where we are given powers and abilities, and we just have to utilize those and completely go there.
Wow. Very important information. I'm excited. I want to learn more about it because I don't know what all my date of birth and all is. I know it's something special, but I just got to figure it out. But we're going to go ahead and turn it over to you if you want to go ahead and jump into your presentation and get started, because I know people are sitting and saying, I want to hear more. So we're going to give them more. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into tonight's presentation.
Let's get it. All right. So yes, next slide. All right. So today what we will be discussing, this is just an overview because human design can go very deep. Human design has multiple components. So this is just an overview of what human design entails and the things that I will touch on. So I'll start with an introduction, the energy types briefly, the profiles, what that means, inner authority, strategies, and your chakras. Kind of an overview of everything. So next slide. All right. So what you see on the right side of the screen is going to be a chart that you can generate. There's multiple sites that when you input your birth chart information, the chart is generated, which gives you certain details. And that's what I help my clients to understand is, what does this all mean? So human design is a method of identifying your unique gifts and talents using your birth chart information. It was founded in 1987 by a man by the name of Ra Uru Hu. And it's a system, it's a synthesis of the I Ching, Kabbalah, astrology, and the Hindu chakra system. So in the body graph at the bottom where you see the person, you'll see different energy centers, and that's where the chakras are located. Human design is not a religion. However, it contains spiritual wisdom that helps users to have self-knowledge and bridge the gap between conscious and subconscious behaviors. So there's certain things that I'll be going over with the information for human design, but that's like the overview. It's not very old, and it's something that the founder downloaded and generated this particular system that is ever evolving. One thing I do like about human design is that it's not designed to put you into a box. It's really designed for you to contemplate and play with the ideas and information to see what works for you. It's not something that you go, oh, well, I'm this way, so I can only act this way and all these other behaviors. No, it's where you take the information that you find valuable, find useful, and discard anything that you don't feel works for you. It's all about what you feel is working for you. Next slide. All right, so there are a total of 4 different energy types, and one is really a hybrid of an energy type. And this energy type can also be what we consider to be like your aura. So most people who kind of meet people, they can kind of sense an aura about the person. And so some of the things you may have already seen as far as like, okay, this makes sense. But the manifestors are one of the energy types, and they are initiators. They are the ones who basically have to do things their way. They only make up about 9% of the world's population. And each energy type has an important role in the evolution of society as a whole. So the manifestors would be the ones that are doing things their own. They're the trailblazers. They're the ones that don't fit the mold. They do not like to be controlled. And some people find their aura to be a little repelling. It can be a little repelling, like, ew. They may rub people the wrong way, but that's part of their design. It really is so that people don't get too close to them, and then they are controlled by how other people, treat them. And so they really have to do their own things, respectfully, but still do their own thing. The generators make up the largest energy type. Majority of people are generators, and what that basically means is they're pure life force energy. They are the Energizer bunnies of the world. They can go, and keep going. And they're what we consider to be like the builders, the worker bees. They bring people together. People are attracted to them. Their aura is like a giant hug. So it's very, very welcoming as far as their aura. So again, that's the majority of the energy types or society. Then the hybrid is going to be the manifesting generator, which is depending upon how their energy, sometimes they're going to rub some people the wrong way. Sometimes they're going to like, everybody's like, oh, you're my bestie and things like that. Very warm energy around them, but they can actually kind of operate within both energies. And so they initiate change as well as do the work. So they are a hybrid of both energy types. The projectors are our life guides. They are the ones that kind of are futuristic. They're ahead of most people mentally, and oftentimes they try to share that wisdom with others, and people are like, what are you talking about? That's because we haven't caught up to them. They are the ones in the cycle of evolution that are directing others towards where we're headed as a society. They're more, they do not like small talk. They don't like, they want to go deep. They want to go deep into the, we're going to stay off the surface. And their aura, it's very interesting, because what their aura does is that it can actually sample whoever they're in communication with, whoever they're talking to, whatever environment they're around, they see straight to the identity, the real identity, not what the person shows, but what that person actually is and about. And they kind of can identify, they can magnify what the person themselves does not see, which is why they make great guides for others, because they can see your blind spots, you know. The last one that is, and projectors make up about 20% of the world's population. So we got manifestors at 9%, generators at 70%, projectors at 20%. That last 1%, the rarest energy type, is going to be a reflector. And so the reflectors are completely impacted by their environment. They are the ones that identify what we need to stop doing as a society. So you got the manifestors that are initiating change. You got the generators that are doing the work, the managens doing a little bit of both, the projectors leading others, and the reflectors are like, look, this is no longer working. We cannot do this anymore. It's just, this is not going to work. So that's where the reflectors, and they have a Teflon type of aura, to where if they're not careful, because they're impacted by their environment very heavily, and I could go into detail about that, but because they're of how their energy is impacted, they they build strength because of the things that they go through. So those are the reflectors. And the only way you'll know your energy type is you pull up your birth chart, and it'll tell you which one you are specifically. So it's very important, if you're going to pull up your birth chart, to have your birth chart information. I know for clients, for me, who didn't have their exact birth and things like that, I was able to kind of do a little Q&A, you know, play with the times and kind of figure out, okay, this matches up, whereas this one does not. So that's how we're able to identify their true energy type. So let's go ahead to the next slide. All right, so the next thing we're going to look at are the profiles. So the profiles refer to a person's conscious and subconscious dominant personality traits. So very similar, and I don't know if you've had this happen, but I definitely have had this happen, to where if I'm taking a quiz and the quiz is asking me a question, then one of the, you know, I'll answer the question, and then I'll come back and I'll think about it, and I'll be like, well, what if it was in this situation, da 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 da. This is where you have your difference between your conscious and your subconscious. Your subconscious is an immediate thing. Consciousness comes when you've kind of thought about it and processed it. So identifying and bridging the gap, one of the best things that you can do is bridge the gaps between your conscious and your subconscious personality type. So it consists of a numerical value from 1 to 6. The first number, which in this example we have, is a 4, which each one of them has a significance on how it shows up. That is your conscious sun sign. So that's the one that you can easily identify and say, yeah, that's me. That's me all day. That's who I am. That's what I'm about. For this example, the number 4, anyone with a 4 in their profile is basically someone who loves community. They thrive on community. They may be very social, but they network. They're called the opportunists. So their opportunities come from the people that they surround themselves with. And we all have a bit of these profiles kind of sprinkled into our charts. However, these are the dominant profiles. These are the ones that are going to show up the strongest, and that you can use to really step into your power and who you are as a person. The second number is a subconscious sun sign. So this is more of an energetic level. This is something to where you probably won't see that in yourself. However, if you really think about your life and how people are kind of drawn to you, or they kind of show up, or just how you, like, underneath the surface, this is what really you got going on. That's definitely coming from that subconscious sun sign, the second number. So here, a 6 is a role model. So a role model is a person who goes through 3 distinct life cycles. So first part of life, from until their Saturn return, which is around about the age of 30, they're going through hell, pure, unadulterated hell after hell after hell. From 30 to about 50, and these are rough numbers, they kind of, what would they call, go on the roof. This is where they gain a better perspective of what they've experienced, and they withdraw the wisdom from that. And then from 50 and above, they become what we call the wise ones, the person who leads others, who teaches others, who, imparts wisdoms into others. So that's what the 6. So that's an example for the profiles when you're looking at your chart for human design and what that kind of means. Let's move to the next slide, please. All right. So inner authority. Ooh, this is one of my favorite ones. So your inner authority is the place in your body to tune into to make important decisions. So historically, most people like to make their decisions mentally. They want to say, well, let me think about it. Let me write my pros and my cons. Let me ask the audience. Let me kind of, get all this outside information so I can make my decision. Or even worse, they make maybe emotional decisions and they do it right in the moment and it doesn't turn out so well. So when you follow your inner authority in human design, it helps you to tune into your specific, what you should be doing to make those important decisions. Sometimes it's something that you may need to sleep on. And some people have already basically been living their design, not really knowing what it was, or intentionally being able to understand it to the fullest. But some people by habit, they're like, you know what, I won't make a decision right now. I got to sleep on it and then I'll get clarity. And this is my best way for making decisions. Perfect. Our body is always our teller of what we should be listening to gain, to like go left or right. Sometimes it's a pull, like, oh, okay, our sacral is like responding yeah or no. And then when we don't listen to that and we go ahead and make the decisions, we realize later on we should have done something different. But that's life. You learn. And then some people, it's from their intuitive center. So intuitively, they know exactly what to do. But it's important that they go ahead and move when they get that intuitive hit. Like, I need to move right now, because if they wait, think about it, they're not going to do it. It does take practice to tune in, since most people make decisions from a mental perspective. So it takes practice. It takes most of us. One of the key things that I learned about children is, I know the way I was raised, if there was food that was put in front of me, I had to eat that, whether I wanted it or not. But because my sacral is defined, I have to eat what is appealing to me. And so one thing I don't do, because you have some children who don't desire meat. They don't, when you're making, decisions, or you're making your children do things that they don't want to do, you're tuning down their ability for later in life for them to make the appropriate decisions for them. So this is one of the things that I help parents to understand about their children, is when to know that that's what's going on with them, so that you can, kind of adjust perhaps maybe how you do the thing that you do, so that they're able to optimize their growth and experiences. So our inner authority, everybody has one. It is different. It's not the same for everyone. So it's important to know your own inner authority, so that you can make the decisions that's going to be right for you. So I love helping people, because it takes practice. We're just not I know me, I'm not used to, it took me some time to kind of understand that, oh, hell yes. And, all right, next slide. Strategy. So we all have a strategy. So first we're going to look at what it means for strategy. And it is the intelligent allocation of resources through a unique system of activities to achieve a goal. Simply put, strategy is how you plan to achieve a goal. So we all have, depending upon our energy type, we have a different strategy for opportunities to just literally land in our lap. When we use our energy incorrectly, we create resistance. We go against the grain, or we just burn out. We burn out. We're like, I'm pushing for this thing. But if you understood your strategy, that's how the opportunities literally just come your way. Like, this is the best way to optimize your energy, is to know your strategy. That way, we all have a signature theme. So I didn't highlight it here, but for a manifesting generator, her not self theme, or their not self theme is going to be frustration. Whenever they're feeling frustration, this is a key indication that something is out of alignment, like something is off, like this ain't working. If there's consistent frustration and nothing little, nuances, but just, okay, I'm just constantly always frustrated. Yeah, there's something out of alignment. You need to analyze whether it's people, places, things. You need to kind of look at them and see how important they are into your life, to see what kind of effect that they're bringing. Because for this person, the opposite of their signature theme is going to be satisfaction. So in the things that they're doing, they're satisfied by what they're doing. There's just an internal satisfaction by what they're doing because they're following their genuine alignment. And so another example here, so the strategy here, it says to respond. And for everybody, they're like, well, what does that mean? That means that you do what you love to do. Doesn't have to be any kind of motive behind it. But if you are doing what you love to do, what lights you up on the inside, the opportunities will literally come your way. And for example, so I'm a fitness instructor. The way I became a fitness instructor was I was going to the gym faithfully 3 days a week, because that's what I love to do. This is what I do. Like, if you talk to me Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, don't bother me, because I'm going to be at the gym. So when they had an opening, the main instructor, she came to me and she was like, hey, would you like to teach? I had never considered it. I had never thought about it. Like, okay. I talked to some people and I was like, okay, let me, again, not following my sacral, because back then I didn't know to follow my sacral. But if I would have, it was already a yes when she asked me. I was like, because it lit me up. It excited me. So I responded to that. That's the strategy. You do what you love. Opportunities come your way. Respond to the ones that you really want to be a part of. That's how that particular strategy works. So it's unique to the energy type. Understand your energy type so you can understand how your strategy works. Next slide. All right. So this is the last one that I'm going to cover in this overview of human design. But we have 9 energy centers in our body graph or in the human design system. So an energy center is either where energy is coming in from the environment, it's absorbing the energy from the environment, or it is the source of the energy going from outside, sending out information, signal, things like that. So the first one at the top is going to be the crown or the head. This is where information comes in. This is the only one that's kind of outside the body, because it's when information comes in. It's just, it's not for, it's really for just like contemplating, asking questions, looking at the mysteries of life, things like that. The one below that is the third eye, or the Ajna, and this one is for processing information, for sorting and organizing information and things like that. So once the information comes into the head, you process it. Yeah. If you are defined in that particular area, you have one set way of processing. If it's undefined, it could go any variety of ways of how you process it. The one below that is going to be the throat. That is for communication, manifestation, and expression. The one directly below that is going to be our G center, which is also kind of our identity center. This is where we find direction, purpose, love, those type of things. Immediately to the right of that, the smaller red one is the heart. The heart chakra is where we have our willpower, our determination, also self-love. Self-love is where we find that energy center. Directly to the right of that is the solar plexus, and this is our feelers. This is our emotional center. So this is how we process emotions. Going back to the center, directly below the G center, we have our sacral. So the sacral is pure life force energy. And all of these systems are directly connected to the systems that are in the body, the reproductive system, the nervous system, the thyroid system, those type of systems. And so the sacral is directly related to the reproductive system. Below that one is going to be the root. This is where we have adrenaline. This is where we have the energy that flows up through our bodies and pushes us to do certain things. It's a motor. It pushes you to do certain things. The problem is that when a motor is running and you just going, it may not be time to do something. So there's tools to be able to navigate that as well. The last one over to the left-hand side of the screen is going to be the spleen. And so the spleen is the intuitive center. Yes, the intuitive center. So it's not the literal spleen. It's the term that they use in human design. So if you're familiar at all with the chakras, there's 7 chakras that are the major energy centers, which are all of here are included here. They've added 2 in human design, which is going to be the G center and the spleen. So the spleen is your intuitive center. That's where your intuition, your fears, and the fears are not to like stop you from doing things. The fears are there so that it's like your instinct. You know, when the caveman had to determine, is it safe to go outside? Is it safe to go outside the cave or go in this water and things like that? They trusted themselves for making those particular decisions. So if it is defined, that means you have consistent energy that is flowing there. You can rely upon that energy in that particular center. And it is basically like a signal that's being sent out to the world from that particular energy center. If it is undefined means it's getting information from the environment that it's in. So the people, the places that you're around, you're pulling in their information. And so that's where it can be a challenge because you're not sure what's yours or what you're pulling in from the environment, which is why I always advise my clients to monitor who they are surrounding themselves with, because the certain people bring a certain energy to you. So sometimes that energy can affect us, sometimes it won't. It all depends on where we're open. And there's also like going deeper down, if you can see like the little numbers that are there, the little lines that are connecting the centers. So we have gates, we have channels and things like that. And certain ways that we connect with different people, oftentimes we have channels that make a connection. Or if there's a place where we're undefined, the people that we're around are defined in that certain area. So that's where the connection is able to like literally like light us up in a certain area. So in communication, you'll notice that your friends there's certain ways that you guys connect. And if you were to put your chart side by side in certain areas, each one, it gives an indication on that area. So next slide. Questions. Are there any questions? I don't know why the question mark is down below, but thank you all for sitting through my amazing presentation. I appreciate it.
Wow, that was phenomenal. That was phenomenal. I got a lot of questions, but everybody got questions, but I think I'm the projector, but my birthday say I'm the manifester. I don't know, but I always look into the future. I always tell people I am not a historian. I am the future. Everybody said God gives somebody a talent. I always tell people God give everybody everything. What is mine? I'm the visionary. I see things that other people don't see. Weeks, months, years ahead, and then they be like, "Oh my God, John, you said that." I'm like, I told y'all didn't see it coming. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Sometimes when I say that, people think I'm on drugs. I don't use drugs, okay, community? I just see things that other people don't see. I'm not on mushrooms or nothing like that. But I promise you, I see things that other people don't see. And they be like, wow, John, you said that a year ago. Wow, I said, I see, I'm telling you. I don't know. I wake up, I have dreams. All of a sudden I see stuff. Oh God, community, we got something we gotta do. You don't know what you're talking about. The next year. Oh, wow. But I think that's what I am. I'm an August baby. I'm a Lil, so my head is big. All my stuff is all messed up, but I don't know. Tell me a little bit about this stuff. Can you have some of these characters and all of them like love signs? This love language thing, or is it just specifically to one thing?
So there are other activations in your chart that can bring about additional energies, but your dominant energy, and the person who created this system was a manifester. So it is not a shock for a manifester to go out and blaze a trail and do something different and new. And it is definitely when people come together, that's where more ideas, like some people will, y'all will be hitting off of cylinders, like, okay, so many different ways. So, okay, our birthdays are there. Yes, I'm in August. I'm August 20th. 77.
Oh my God, another Leo. I'm August 18th. I'm telling y'all. See, community, y'all just don't understand it. I keep telling people, okay, LAC, now you're gonna be my witness. There's something special about leaders and Leos. Something about projecting and manifesting that's in Leo. Our mayor here in San Francisco, she's a Leo. All these powerful people are leaders. Obama is a Leo. I keep telling these people, there's something about us Leos that's just, it's something special. I don't know, but look, I agree with you. I'm gonna stop because they're gonna be like, here we go, Bishop. I am a Leo. I'm telling you, it's something about the lion. It's something about our vision. It's something about us resting and paying attention and then roaring and saying, it is time to move.
Now, Obama is actually a projector. So Obama is a projector. So that's why he
I am too.
Of a quiet, but like the aura of a manifester is going to be, it's a big aura. It comes in the room before you do. It's just this massive, this energy, something about the manifester. Whereas the projector can be a little more quiet, reserved. Oftentimes the projectors don't like to talk because they feel like people don't get them, which is why if you're a projector, you have to be very mindful that your not self theme is going to be bitterness, because they feel like don't nobody listen, I ain't talking, I'm shutting up, forget these people, screw them, basically. So they just got to keep going, shine the light on themselves, speak out as they, and what they know. And then the people who are ready to go deeper, and there's a lot of people that are waking up. There's a lot of people that are understanding, where we're going in life. And so we need the manifestors, we need the projectors to help guide and lead others and blaze the trails, but also in your personality profile, there's some parts of the projector. And if you have a defined crown, you'll get information that's downloaded. So there's other things that can it's not your exact energy type. So let's say if you are a projector, it's kind of like you see the person and what they don't see. Whereas a manifestor, their gifts and talent are really just in doing things so totally different in their way, thinking outside the box. So that's where you get yeah, East Coast accent. Yeah, my people from Jersey.
Shout out to Dirty Jersey. I got a lot of followers in Jersey. Okay, we love Jersey.
Yeah,
I love Atlantic City. I love the city. Vineland, New Jersey. My people. Hello, community.
You picked that up correctly.
And can you touch on, because again, you and I have talked, you introduced me to this a couple of years ago. I'm a 1-3 splenic projector, and understanding the fact that my strategy was to wait for the invitation as opposed to trying to always, like, I was trying to be a manifestor for so long in my life. I was trying to force things to happen. And I learned that for me, what works best is when I wait for the right invitation and then I come alive. So can you talk about how some of the combinations work with different types?
Well, all right. So 1-3. We'll talk about the 1-3. So the first number is your conscious subsign or sun sign, and then you got the second number behind the dash. That's going to be your subconscious, more of the energy of how you operate. And so the 1 is going to be the investigator, the person that loves to know they stuff. They're going to dig deep. They're going to go down the rabbit hole. They're going to look it up. They're going to be researching and cross references and, super informative about whatever it is that they're talking about. They ain't going to come and not know their stuff. They're going to know their stuff. So
come on, Mark, go ahead and say it. Most women, right?
That's a different kind of information seeking.
See, I'm trying to get everybody ready for the relationship conversation. Y'all know Mark is going to start the fire at some point. Let's go, Mark.
Kaboom! Yeah, he did it on my show. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Kaboom! But this is what I love about his ability as a projector is that what you don't see or what you try to hide or what you try to put on the surface and you don't know, he finna poke that sucker. He finna poke that sleeping bag. He gonna wake you up like, huh? You say what?
We got to go deep. We got to get beneath the surface. Too many people put on front, so you got to be able to see through the bullshit.
LA, I'm gonna just tell you, when I first met Mark, when we had him on our show, he started a firestorm from me. Okay, he said some stuff and then he disappeared. He didn't come back. I had ladies emailing me for weeks, months. Oh no, we're not letting y'all. You gotta get him back on the show.
I believe it.
I've done it a few places, Bishop.
Like everywhere you go. Okay,
go ahead.
You leaving fire trails, huh? You leaving fire trails, huh? Okay.
Mark has been here. Yeah.
I'm just trying to leave my mark, as they say, in a positive way.
Gotta be starting something. There we go. That's him. Yeah, he pretty much took over my show and got into a full-fledged debate. My show not even a debate show. Like, okay.
Hey, we got to get both sides of the conversation.
You will make sure of that.
Go ahead, Ayo. I know you got some questions. Go ahead, Ayo.
He went all the way left. She couldn't even finish his chart. You see, he is digging. He is digging once again for that July conversation. Okay, he is digging. But as your presentation was going on, I was high-fiving the screen like, yes. You are touching on so many bases. For me, I am a spiritual person, right? Not so much as, the religious, strategic, or, considered a holy roller. But well, my question is, do you get, because I do admire and respect the fact that you said, God gives us these tools. And I believe it wholeheartedly with the crystals, which are from the earth, minerals, with our astrology, which are things that, I feel just in my personal perspective and my own testimony of what I've witnessed within my own growth, and utilizing these tools to help me grow from where I was to who I am now. Do you feel, matter of fact, better yet, have you ever come across anybody who is more religious driven who feels that your tools are not that of something designed by God?
Oh, like my best friend of 18 years.
Oh, okay. Let's touch on that.
Yeah, really not a fan. She's a preacher's kid. So it was like she's raised in a church, and they definitely, yes. The religion, I love them though. I love them because I really do feel that I have nothing against church, organized religion, anything like that, but I do invoke people to use their own wisdom and relationship with God and not somebody else's words or practice. I feel like you got to tune into that one-on-one relationship that you got with God, and let that lead you and be your guide on where you need to be. And yeah, they're not, I don't use human design as my Bible. I feel like it is a tool that helps us build a better connection with ourselves and to start discarding some of the things that I had to unlearn a lot of things. I had to stop doing a lot of things that were not, helping me progress as a person and in my spirit. And so they may not, and then it's not for me to convince them. I don't do that to convince them. They have to use their own, source for whatever. I understand. I don't have to prove that to anyone. If they don't agree with it, then that's just where they are. But yeah, me and my best friend of 18 years, we kind of parted ways, but we've actually rebuilt our relationship to where we respect one another and where they are. She's still in the church. That's fine. And I'm still doing my thing. So we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. And that's fine. We don't like have to, but for a couple of years we were a little like, yeah, I'm on this side, you on that side, and do your thing. But we just like decided, okay. And it's so funny because I see so many of the things in her and I can't tell her nothing. Like, I'm not.
But see, I feel like the human design is the layman's terms of what resonates in us. Like, I am a spiritual person. I literally wake, pray, meditate every day, no matter what. Right. But the way that I'm able to define what the Holy Ghost is in me is that intuitive, like you said, that spleen, that getting your chakras aligned and feeling that, right? And that is the way that for me, it helps me to understand God's design and his plan, because he puts certain things on me. And I do believe, like, I have yet to get my charts read or anything like that, but everything you were saying was resonating with me because I am the person that brings people together. I am the go-to for advice and all these things, but also I'm a person that's going to pray. I'm going to speak on it. And when it comes to the light, it's like, there you go, God, and I feel things intuitively that it's like, it's pulling me away. It's pulling me away. And I'm not going to question God's word. I feel the two voices in your head. The quiet voice is God's guidance. That loud voice is your insecurities, your overthinking. And that's he who should not be named, trying to manipulate you to go against what God is leading you towards. So I believe wholeheartedly that these are all tools given to us to help as a guide. So you don't, going to church, they're going to go strictly by the book. And as a kid, I was sitting there and it felt like I was sitting in Charlie Brown's teacher's class. It didn't resonate. But until I started finding other tools to understand God's word, and it helped me to have it as a guide opposed to as an instruction, or opposed to a dictation of what you got to do, you got to do, you got to do. No, he's showing us and he's leading us through, and he's given us so many tools to utilize to make sure that we are able to be our best selves, living and walking in our purpose according to his plan, not leaning onto our own understanding, because that gut feeling is his voice just guiding us through.
I don't know what's going on, but I still feel like I'm getting pulled into this relationship conversation early. I don't know what's going on, but I think all these ladies have bigger spleens or something, because it's always this intuition thing, but the intuition don't work when it needs to work. So I don't know, Mark. I just keep feeling like I'm getting pulled into.
But like she said, it's a different from intuition and sacral, right? It's a different feeling, because your spleen is what your intuition is, like your gut feeling about things, but also your sacral is like, I know it's right, but maybe I'm gonna wait on it, and I'm gonna try to like lean onto my own understanding. And then even when leaning into your sacral, it's more so of I'm a test it. Let me test the waters, the fire starter. Let me test the water, right?
Well, you know, one of the things about it, when she first exposed me to it, I like to really understand things, so I began to dig in it. And I had to be honest, because coming out of the church, again, I've been in pastoral and teaching ministry for the better part of 2 decades. When I was going through my searching process of really trying to understand myself, I didn't want to abandon the foundational understanding that I had about life and my relationship with God. But I could not deny the way that human design penetrated through the conditioning from the church, religion, and society to give me the opportunity to really see myself clearly through all the other stuff. And I went through a journey. And when she was kind of talking about how it helped her dealing with her children, a lot of times, because we're fighting against outside messaging and influences from our environment, telling our children and ourselves that you don't amount to nothing, you ain't gonna be nothing, and we don't understand why we get frustrated or why we're struggling with a lot of mental health issues and emotional issues, because honestly, we don't know how we're truly wired and created by nature, by God's design. And I think this is one of the things where human design gives that additional perspective to help people cut through. So, I just want you to kind of talk about how you help some of your clients relate better to their children, because I think that also applies to us dealing with the multi-generational gap as well.
Ooh, yes. So, I'll start with my own children. So one of my daughters, it's ironic because I have a projector daughter, I have a manifestor daughter, and then I have a manifesting generator daughter. So it's like I got 3 out of all of the energy types in the house. I just don't have a generator. That's it. So, but parents kind of historically raise their children to be generators. They raise them to, like, you always got to go, go, go. Whereas a projector does not have their sacral defined. So it's like, you have to understand this child may need more naps. This child may need more resting. And they need to honor that within themselves and not try to do something outside of what they're kind of created to do and be. So you just always expecting, if the kid is taking a nap, you're like, oh, they're lazy. I personally don't really take naps because I am a manifesting generator. So it's like, I'm always on the go. Like, I don't know how to stop. But, I understand with my children, hey, give them some grace when it comes to that. If their sleeping patterns are different, understand that about them. And then one of my daughter was also on ADHD medicine from the age of 7 until about 2 years ago when she was 13. And, she hated the medicine. She hated it. Like, did not want to take it, was literally crying not to take it. And I'm just like, well, this is all I got. This is all I know. I just want you to do well in school. And, you know, one of those ways that we as parents try to put so much pressure on them, not really understanding or listening to them as well. Not really like saying, hey, you know, we're doing that authoritative thing and saying, you gotta, you know, do what I say and this, that, and the other. And I've been able to take her off the medication, understanding her energy type. And, you know, she still has some struggles. It's not a, you know, just a magic way of doing life, but it definitely helped the energy in the house to where, you know, it wasn't always the bumping of the heads or them not feeling heard. Because in my manifestor daughter, I do have like a manifestor will test you. It will test you to no end. And, you know, I had to also be aware. So when I work with the clients with their children, I work with the client first because we got to get ourselves together. We can't be like the child, it's all them, you know, what you need to do in there. You got to first know your own energy, how to not react and learn how to respond to different things. And, you know, as you understand more about yourself, then that actually has a ripple, an energetic output to the energy in your household, to how you communicate with them, how they receive you, and things like that. So it's understanding each other to a greater extent, but also understanding yourself. Like that's the first thing. Yeah.
So I gotta ask this question because it kind of piggybacks off what Mark was saying, because you know I'm always talking about the Black community, mental health, you know, being a dismantler, trying to change and make things new. And I think something powerful that you had said was about unlearning stuff, right? And I think, hey, how you doing, Q baby? You live, you all over America. That must be the manifester, huh?
No, this is my granddaughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's my granddaughter.
But you know, one of the things that I wanted to ask, because I think, you know, what not only you teaching about the human design, but I think it plays into you know, this idea of how we unlearn things, because I think some of our traumas and what we go through is how we was raised, what we went through, how we grew up. And I think the part of you talking about unlearning stuff is like, how do we bring that into our community? How do we bring that into our schools? How do we bring it, you know, to make these changes? Because I think the only way we really move forward to is unlearning a lot of things we were learned and taught, and then tapping into these different areas. And I think that's why it's so important to be open to things, right? I know people have their religious beliefs, different things, and it's like it's all about all of these things coming together. You know, I just came back into the country where I was at. All these people talk about how they connect with the animals and its energies, and these people are controlling and doing things. It's like some crap. Like, what the heck? This energy. It's like we are in tune. I mean, everywhere I went, they kept saying we are in tune with everything in our paradise. Everything. We're in tune with the animals, the water. It was just like I felt like I had magic around me. It's like, what this is gonna just tap into it. But it, you know, but it's pretty amazing stuff, though.
So kind of what I heard is, you know, how do we get this into the community? So one of the things I aim to do is have and I'm sure it's gonna come together. It's gonna come together to where teachers do definitely need to take the course, or at least learn about the different energy types. But I would love to see a school where the children are not taught their human design, but they are supported according to their unique human design. And, you know, I feel like if we get enough people to come together and just make this happen, but as far as with the community, people have to be ready for this. They have to be ready to change. And I think once they've lived in enough hell, they will. So it's not that, you know, we still go out and we speak on these subjects, we still do our thing, but they're going to come right to you because they've had enough hell and they're done with it. So they want something new, different, that's going to give them results.
Now, Miss LA, you scare me now because I keep saying I cannot. When you say we got to go through hell, see, I start going extreme, and I keep saying sometimes when I look at the Black community, what's going on in our culture, I'll be like, sometimes I say stuff to piss people off. I'm like, is it gonna take us to get almost back into slavery for us to wake up? Because when do our people wake up? You get what I'm saying? Like, when does insanity be enough? We're doing the same thing, we get the same results. Like, when do we wake up? I hope it's not that hell because I'm just like. I don't know, but I feel like sometimes doing this work, being in the community, some people get it. We have our small wins, but I'm like, as a holistic whole, given the futuristic stuff that I see with AI, technology, 13 billion jobs going away, I'm thinking, what is my people going to have to go through? But before we figure out, we have to create our own ecosystem. We have to do the things that we need to do. Like, we're pushing up against this dangerous slope, and it's like an ending scare that I see it. I'm like, what is it going to take? I hope it's not the extreme, but I feel like we're going down this path of an extreme heartbreak awakening that's going to take place in this country. But I don't know. I know you said you're a manifestor and different things. I think it's just Leo. I agree with you. I got all these ADD, ADHD, OCD. I got all of them. Okay. I don't know. All I tell people is all of this is what helped me get through the day. If I didn't have all of this, I couldn't go. But when you said one thing that stuck to me, you go, go, go. I'm just going to say it's the Leo. I think all Leos, we go, go, go. We can't stop. It's just in us. Okay. I just don't know. All the Leos I know, we just like, go, 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 go. We can't sit still. But I'll take the claim and say, hey, I have it all. ADHD, ADD, OCD, it's all in me. I don't know. This Leo over here is just, I can't sit still. But I'm all for the people. I don't know. This has enriched me to think about some of this stuff. Okay, I got some community issues and stuff going on right now. I'm gonna bring this to our community. I think we need to bring her in and deal with some of these crazy folks in our community. We got some work to do in our community. We might need to connect you and get you a contract and come to some of our holistic groups because I don't know. We got some.
I'm on the next flight.
You laughing now? I sure put it in there. We need that.
That's what I want to do is to start teaching people, start educating them about what it's just a tool. It's just a tool to better understand yourself, to understand your community, and play your role. Like, know your role so you can stay in your lane. So, I feel like then when you are happier that way, like when you stay in your lane, I heard somebody say today ain't no traffic. So
yeah, and you know what? I'm glad you mentioned staying in your lane because I think adding this perspective to the relationship conversation.
I was just about to say that, Mark. I'm
Bro,
like,
I'm logging off. I'm done. I see y'all in July.
No. Stay for this. Stay. Because you hear so much about alpha male and alpha female and masculine and feminine, and it seems like on the masculine side, society has pushed us to come outside of our natural frame, to get outside of our lane, while at the same time, women have been pushed out of their natural feminine lane, and we're having a lot of conflict. How do you think human design could be brought to the table to help clear out some of the gender war that's going on between us and the Black community?
She's coming back. We got to book you now already. We got to book you now every Sunday next month. Just line it up. Just be prepared. Okay.
So to answer your question, I'm so glad you asked me that, because as a manifestor women, manifesting generators and manifestors, we have more of a masculine energy because we're initiators. We initiate. We go do the damn thing. We don't have no hesitation about that. And then don't put me in a situation where that's all I gotta. That's what I feel like my only option. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna take care of business because that's what I do. However, you did put in a key point that we've been kind of pushed into this particular role, and I've found my power in my femininity. Like, I've had to connect to my feminine soft side where I'm able to receive and not go do it all. Because I was a go do it all type of person. I don't need nobody, da 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 da. And I'm burnt out. I'm overwhelmed. I'm stressed out. My mental health is suffering. So the human design helps women to learn how to stay in their place, but also helps, we still gotta go and do, because you can't just be a laying back and I'm so helpless, I can't do nothing.
Okay. LA, I don't know if you and Mark should be on the show at the same time.
Yes, they should.
You're talking about women stay in their place. Do you know the kind of reaction we're going to? I'm telling you, maybe you should watch the first one come on. Because if you say this to these women that we bring on, women need to stay in their place. I'm telling you, it's going to trigger some women in the community.
We're talking about design, Bishop. We're talking about how we are designed, not how they feel and what they've been pushed on them in these modern times. We're talking about something that is strategically based upon how we are designed to go together.
But also, one of your greatest quotes or sayings is connecting before correcting, right? So I don't feel as when someone says stay in your place is you're knowing your position, opposed to you dictating and say, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to be. No, I am at my highest self when I am in my full femininity. Having these conversations, somebody told me it's your receiving season. It's okay. Let off that gas a little bit. I'm a go. I'm a do. Not that it's, I'm going to get it done anyway because I don't need no man or I don't need anybody. Not at all. Because I'm not a lazy person. I enjoy being active. I enjoy being busy and productive, not just busy to be busy. No, I know when to be still. I know when to be quiet. And when it comes to relationships, bringing it back full circle, it's about interdependency. So my position with my man and or partner has nothing to do with being in my place or getting checked. My position is to be at his side, to be his support, to be his uplifter, all of these things. Not about me being submissive in the fact that, okay, whatever you say, yes, sir, I can do no things and I'm dependent on you to do everything. You gonna lead me because I trust in your leadership. It has nothing to do with me being a submissive in the mind, being submissive in my acts, not at all. Because what she's teaching is you being comfortable and resonating with who you are and being confident in where you stand and being able to trust in your intuition, your gut, your sacral, whatever you want to put it as, being able to say, yes, I am feminine. Yes, I am a lady. Yes, I can go to work and I can have a hustle, but also I can surrender my masculinity that has been embedded in me to this partner of mine and or to whatever it is that we have to go through in life. I don't have to be a bulldog in order to get the job done. I don't have to be a bulldog to establish my dominance with somebody because I'm a queen at all times. The queen sits beside, not beneath. I'm not a peasant. So who I am as a person and the individual has nothing to do with me being a submissive, weak woman. Not at all. So when we do have these conversations on relationships and we have those women who have that tunnel vision to say, oh, you're not going to tell me my place, you're insecure. You're not secure in who you are in your position in your life if you cannot be able to submit your toxic femininity to a man that is capable of leading. It's a difference.
Mark, I'm glad you're here, Mark. Okay, my PR team is already telling me, Bishop, you shut up.
I got you covered, Bishop. We good.
So what I was going to say, Mr. John, about the women that don't want to be told to be put in their place, I guarantee you every last one of them want to be in a place where they can trust. It's all about having that safe space for someone to lead them, guide them, keep them secure, the things that women need, the provider, the protector, all of those great things. When we ain't got that, we got to.
My PR team told me, okay, you bringing it out of me. Every woman wants to be dominated. Hello, let me stop. I didn't say that.
That's the truth.
Hey, it's the
That's
truth.
the truth.
Hey, if
Don't
she
no
don't
woman
want
want
to
to
say
be with
it,
no
hey,
man she can
she
walk
got
all
a
over.
problem. Something.
I'm
something
getting in trouble
happened.
now. My PR team told me I gotta shut up. Mark, take the torch.
Bitch, I'll say it for you. You told the truth, and Ayo, thank you for bringing the balance, because here's one of the things that I've noticed in these conversations: the difference between us as men and women. When we're having conversation and we're listening to words, men, we process it first as the information. Women feel the words, and even though we talk about being put in your place, again, even though what you said and what I was saying and what LA was saying is the exact same thing, the amount of passion that I could hear in your voice as you were making it clear, I'm not going to be under nobody. I'm not going to be abused by nobody. And no real solid man who's talking about a woman having her places, talking about being abusive or overbearing or over machismo like that. That's not what real men are on. Do you have some knuckleheads out there that, yeah, if they could use they power, they influence, they money or whatever to as leverage in their relationship transactions? Yeah, that's out there. But people who are really tuning in to both sides of the conversation, I believe, are the people who are looking for answers. And I think if we can allow ourselves to get through the information without being triggered, we're actually going to be able to move forward as a community. And I just hope we can keep
Mark,
that spirit.
Mark, these women cannot take these words. It's triggering.
But well, they got to be put in their place.
Submit. Be dominated. You're going to call her a volcano. I'm already apologizing, community. I know this conversation over the next 3 weeks is going to trigger the community. We have to have the conversation. It is both sides of the conversation. Yes, you ladies out there want to be dominated. That's what you're looking for. I don't know. Let me stop. See, y'all get me in trouble. I got to stop. But I'm looking forward to this. LA, you are welcome. Okay. I don't know if you want to wait the first week to kind of see what's going on and take notes. Okay. This conversation, it can make you famous or it can make you, everybody's trying to find you, okay? Don't put your Facebook and your Instagram out here because they're going to be coming in your inbox. I'm just telling you, these conversations causes fire in the community. I'm just telling you now, but you're welcome to come here and bring some of these techniques to the conversation. But I'm going to tell you now, I know these conversations. Mark's been here. The volcano is going to erupt.
I feel that LA's education and her experience with the human design would be a perfect panelist because you're not coming from a emotional perspective, like, oh, I've been through all these things. No, these are actual tools that you're teaching people to be in tune with themselves. So when it comes to the relationship part, the logical response versus the emotional reaction, it's giving you the tools to have a grander perspective of things. And even if it gives you that agree to disagree, okay? What I feel in me is this. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm right nor wrong, but I have the right to these feelings. Your opinion is your opinion. But when it comes to codependency, that's not okay. Interdependency is something totally different. And if you have somebody that is reactive from, oh, I'm just going off my reaction, opposed to somebody who's logical, who's more, let me think about it, let me respond. Response and reaction is totally different. And that comes to being in tune with your alignment. And that's in everything, not just relationships. That's in business. That's with your children. That's with everything. It comes full circle to what the human design is. And once you learn that chart and who you are on those charts, that helps you to flow and navigate yourself through life in all aspects. Now, it's definitely going to hit some people in the wrong places. But I feel that we both have the same perspective when it comes to a woman's place, because I'm an intuitive and I also have that overthinking analyst. So it's me still being a work in progress, but also you're open to other people's perspective. Now, I can be a submissive woman. I can be in a submissive position in my business. I'm a manager of operations, as well as a natural hairstylist, as well as an in-home care worker, as well as going into the juvenile system and working in the hospital with the elderly. I have a lot of different hats, but each one I am of service. So I know what my alignment is. I know what my happy place is. I know what my position is in life is to be of service. So I have no problem being submissive and or surrendering that what was instilled. Okay, women gotta be. No.
What Io,
You got the torch to the fire starter, okay?
Io, I'm just curious. What's your qualification for submission? Because you said I can be, not I am, but you said I can be.
I mean, so, I have so yet.
It's selective.
No, I have yet to come to that point where it's like I need to be fully submissive to somebody. I have yet to find that in somebody that I can say, hey.
Are there levels to submission or different types of submission then?
It's like you
it's,
like
it's binary, Mark.
Finding the partner who is able to protect, provide, not just financially and physically protection, but in all aspects. Can I be vulnerable with you? Can I trust you with my vulnerability? Can I trust you with being submissive and giving you the lead on? Can I trust you to lead me in the right way and not just the way that you think that I need to be led? No, that's Mark. the difference from somebody sitting there saying, oh, you need to know your place, and me understanding my position.
Mark, you already know these modern women, they're binary. They will be submissive for the right man. They will be submissive for certain things. They binary. I'm still submissive for
the wrong man.
You gotta get out of here.
So I don't have a bar. I've been submissive to the wrong people who just didn't know what to do with it. They didn't know what to do with it. Like, wait, huh? I can really trust you? Oh, you really? You don't know what to do with it. You can't lead me. It's the blind and the blind. I already can't see. I wear glasses.
Turn the light switch on. Leave the lights on like Motel 6. We're not going to get into this conversation. The community is texting me, John, don't start tonight. My PR team, I'm going to stop. Okay,
we'll digress.
Stop. This has been a very, very informative, educational Thursday. This is what we want from our educational Thursdays. We want to be intentional. We want to make the community think. We want to give them other perspectives. This is what this is all about. Tonight, LA has done that. She has triggered our relationship conversation over the next 3 weeks. Don't blame the bishop. It wasn't me. She's the one that said women need to stay in their lane. See, they throw rocks at my car, LA. Every time they see me driving through the neighborhood, they're going to throw rocks at me. They're going to be saying, see, I told y'all, it's the bishop's fault. He's a chauvinist. He doesn't like women. It's not me. I didn't say. But before I let you go, LA, I want to give you an opportunity, one, to give out any final words and shout outs to anybody, because every time we bring our guests here, we know it's a lot, families, different things, and we want to make sure that you also highlight and recommend, uplift them, because I know to do all these journeys, it takes a village of folks, and we never want to have people on here and they just talk about themselves and they folks call later. Why you didn't say nothing? I was there from day one. But I want to leave you an opportunity to leave some parting words, also any shout outs, any business opportunities. This is also your time to promote your stuff so we can get our community to follow you. I'm sure you've triggered some women tonight out there in the community. They're going to follow you. What is this girl talking about? Listen and submit. See, this is what's wrong with these women. Somebody got her doomed. See, when you start talking like that, they say you brainwashed and you don't understand, and this is not what it's supposed to be. We need woman power. I don't know. Maybe they're going to say you need chick therapy after this. I don't know. But I'm going to give you an opportunity to give some party words and just bless the community and give any shots out or any opportunities that you would like, Queen.
All right. Well, I didn't know what I was walking into, but yeah, I should have known. Oh, okay. I should have known. Yeah. MS. Okay. But anyways, thank you all for having me. It has been totally a pleasure. This is something I love to talk about and share with others. It's something that it's a journey. And like I said before, it's not to put yourself into a box. It really is to contemplate with the information that you learn and see what works for you, discard what doesn't. You know, I have the saying where you swallow the whole fish, spit out the bones. So, you know, if there's something that doesn't sit well with you, then, you know, then that's okay. But oftentimes it definitely resonates and it hits. You know, every person who I've gone over their chart, it's like such an eye-opening experience to where you really gain greater insight and wisdom to now move forward with whatever life has for you. So I want to thank you all for allowing me to come on here. I can be located on Facebook. Every week I do a Sunday, Profound Sunday topic. So I'm LA Dials on Facebook, also LA_Dials on Instagram. And I got a little tickety-tockety page, and it's called I Love LA. So that's where you'll be able to find me on my social media. I don't have Twitter and all the other stuff yet, but I am definitely moving towards building those type of communities. So send me a friend request. Reach out to me if you would like to learn more about your own human design. Definitely take calls for that. And soon I will be putting out a new program for parents called Harmony, where they can go through a 12-week course and find harmony in their house. So now a lot of parents need that. Yes. So that's pretty much it. Thank you all for having me. It has been a pleasure. I'm gonna have to come back on these Sundays.
Well, you know, we definitely want to welcome you back. You know, anytime anybody come onto our platform, we always want to support them. So I'll make sure that our team reach out, Mark. We'll figure out some way to support. Maybe you can come into our organization and read some of the folks in our organization. I don't know, but we're going to support you because this organization, we are all about uplifting Black businesses, supporting our people. And I always like to bring openness. You know, I'm open. I want to see what my chart is because I think I got some problems, but I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. But I'm gonna have my team. I'm gonna have my team reach out to you. We'll stay connected. I'll make sure we follow you, get you connected with all of our social media handles. We'll follow you and support you. I'm always into different things because I think, like I said, insanity, we do things over and over. People get stuck on this is how things need to be done. I think it comes to a point where we got to change things up, try new things. I'm always talking about dismantling systems and education. I'm glad you brought that up because we need to try something new that's working. And I think sometimes we get so comfortable with doing business as usual, things that we know and it whatever results. And I think, you know, to really make change and really try new things, to really advance our community, our children, our families, we have to be open to new things. I'm so happy that mental health is really starting to be a thing in our community to talk about. Maybe this is something new. Maybe we just open up our community to different things to give them exposure and opportunity. So I'll definitely be connecting with you. I know some organizations that's doing heavy work, and maybe we can link you up and get you a contract and consult to get you to come out here and do some sessions with some of the people. We got some problems in our community all across this country, and we need to be open to new things, community. So again, fabulous presentation. You sparked my eyes about things, and you've already kicked my mind out about this relationship conversation. I don't know. I think I'm going to call in sick and let Mark deal with this. My phone is going to be ringing all night. They're going to be going, here we go. They're going to label me after this one. My car windows are going to be broke after this one, okay? I already fixed my windshield once. I don't want to do it twice, okay, community? It was not me, okay? But thank you for being here, community. Go out, follow on her Facebook, check out her IG, check out her TikTok. If you found any of the information tonight to be interested, something that you just want to say, hey, check it out. Go check it out and try something new on your own. Don't be a follower, be a leader, be open. Anything that can make a difference in our community, we want to be open to it. But with that being said, because we're running late, we got to get out of here. Before we get out of here, Mark, go ahead and give us a breakdown what you felt tonight, Education Thursday, and recap and then we'll pass it to Io, and then I'll get out here and give everybody the benediction for the day. I'm losing my voice because I was screaming joy at the ice cream shop today because I was so proud of the community, what we did to uplift each other, and I'm just happy. Happy moments for me, so I'm sorry that my voice is gone. I'm black as ever because I've been gone out of the country, but the bishop is here. I'm okay, everybody, all right? But go ahead, Mark. Give us some parting words before we get here.
Well, first of all, I'm just gonna say I'm incredibly proud of you, LA Dials, because you're actually my niece. So it's wonderful to see somebody that I'm connected to have such deep wisdom that can help a lot of people. So thank you again for sharing it. I know personally how it helped me, even at my age, unlock some things and move into a deeper level of knowing myself. So it's allowed me to be much more effective in connecting and serving other people. For the rest of the community, everybody, please, the greatest gift you have is your life. The better you understand it, the better you can use it to fulfill your purpose and find that fulfillment and happiness that all of us deep down are searching for. So if there's something in your life right now that has you stuck, frustrated, and you keep repeating cycles and you may not understand why, please reach out to LA Dials. Getting in tap with Human Design, I promise you, will give you some fresh insight on your life. I don't care where you come from, what you believe. This is not something that is limited by belief systems. This is a system for understanding yourself. So I'd encourage everybody, if you're going to know anything, know thyself. It's the first level of mastery to life.
And there you have it from Mark, the voice community. He's always intentional on his information. Sister Io, the woman with passion, the submissive Io. give us your thoughts from today's show.
I definitely am. First and foremost, you are a beautiful woman, not just externally, but inside. Your light, you lit me up. Like, seriously, you guys are definitely related because you a fire starter too. Like, you lit me up. This segment really just brought my day full circle, you know, with today in the community, in my community where I grew up, and being able to see that and receive the love. And then tonight with everything that you shared with us, your education, your love, your passion, it was beautiful. Remembering the hell cycle, that really resonated with me. My hell cycle was repeated patterns, being on that hamster wheel of life, and not understanding that I was in my own way, and not trusting that intuition, not trusting that chakra that was pulling me in different directions for a reason. Like you said, your environment, the people that are around you, learning to separate yourself from those things to really be able to live in your higher self and elevate, not just financially, but spiritually in every LY of your life, emotionally, mentally, socially. You want to make sure that you're gravitating to what God has for you, his plan, living in that purpose, and utilizing all the tools that he has put forth for us and as our advantage, not an adversary. Take up arms on that battlefield and let him be your lead in all things, and utilizing these great tools that LA has given us this evening. Make sure you guys follow, like, share, support, and sign up, because she has some true gems to share with you, educational and tools that will just better you in every aspect of your life. So we thank you for coming on tonight, LA. Most definitely. My hat's off to you. I can't wait for next month.
See, I was trying to get out of here without being funny. You always do this to me, okay? I don't know, community. I learned, okay? Ladies, you're looking for domination. Fellas, be the dominators. Be the masculine energy. Remember, women will submit. They binary, but they will submit, okay? They are feminine. I don't know. All right, I will stop, y'all. I'm going to get in trouble. Now my Wi-Fi ain't working. My team shut down all my stuff. The bishop about to go crazy tonight. But that's it, okay? I'm stop, y'all. I gotta stop. I'm getting myself in trouble here, okay? I always get myself, I don't know what it is. It's my ADHD, I don't know, but I always get myself in trouble. But with that being said, community, thank y'all for tuning in. On a serious note, this was very powerful, very informative. This is what we need in our community. We have to be open to different things, different perspectives. We always talk about, to change the narrative, you have to be open. Leadership is very impossible. Demonstrating what's possible. Maybe the human design is what you need. This is you. Hang in there, community. Find out a little bit about you. We talk about self-love. We talk about self-care. I think sometimes we need this. This might be the start to you identifying you, finding out your insecurity, your issues, what's going on. Why are you the way you are? I don't know. This is the start. But with that being said, I'm going to get the benediction so we can get out of here. Okay, community, tonight, it has been powerful. You heard from the Miss LA down. This is what it's all about. Finding out who you are, discovering self, being open to opportunities and learning different things. It's about creating a new understanding. It's about being different. It's about understanding some things that you may not understand. Tonight, she said it several times. It's about energies, connecting with those energies, finding out your surroundings. How do you uplift and do the things that you don't know? I was a perfecter, projector. I don't know. I'm a manifester. I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe some of you are trying to figure it out tonight. Everybody has something in them that is great. Everybody has something in them that they can tap into it. This human design is what it might be. This might be the thing that brings you out of darkness, might put you in the light, might give you the opportunity to push forward. This might give you some understanding of your children, your family, what's going on. Slow down. Stay in your lane. I heard it. Stay in your lane. Figure it out. Take the tools. Get the jewels, the information that is needed. All I know is there's an opportunity. We're going to keep learning more about ourselves, more about who we are, why we move the way we move. Why are we functioning the way we function? Sometimes I heard it best tonight. We have to unlearn some things in our community to move forward. Maybe tonight is the night we stop and think, unlearn the things we've been taught, unlearn some of the things we've been told as young people into adults. Insanity sometimes happens when we do things over and over and over. You keep getting the same results, but you're not open to new things. Maybe it's the new things that we need to make the real true change. Tonight, you've been informed. Tonight, you've been blessed. Okay, all the way from Houston, Texas. You got some game that you didn't know about. Reach out to the queen. Check out what's going on. If you missed most of the show, I see folks tuning in late. Go find out something about yourself. All of this relationship stuff, we're holding this off until next Sunday, okay? I'm going to stop here. This is important. Our community is changing. It is going through transition in life. Change will continue to happen. God will keep opening up your vision. You have to find out where are you at on the spectrum. Find out. Human design might be the map, might be the blueprint to your victory. Tonight was the night. I hope you got something. I hope you brought something new to your perspective. This is what Educational Thursday is about. Bringing new things to the people that we serve. Things that we might not know. Opportunities we might not see. These might be the very inspirations that we need to be the different you. With that being said, thank you all for tuning in. It's been real. Okay, community, stay tuned, stay focused. This Sunday, no Sunday conversation. Next Tuesday, no Hidden Gem show because of the holiday. Please, community, don't be texting me talking about where y'all at. It's 4 o'clock. We're not doing no show this week. We're giving everybody a break. Enjoy the barbecue, the fireworks. Be safe out there. Community, we have a heat wave that is coming here in the Bay Area, and we need to make sure that we be safe. Keep your kids out of the car. Keep your pets in the house. All right, be safe with the fireworks. Go to open lots, open areas. We don't want any house fires. These things happen every year. Let's be smart this year. Let's have fun and celebrate safely. And again, after the holiday weekend, we'll be back for our Educational Thursday, and then we'll be getting into our Sunday conversation. It'll be part 1 of the submissive women. You will have the submissive Io on the show. We will have some great conversations. I don't know where it's going to go. All I can say is community. The volcano is erupting. I hear the lava spitting out the volcano. This relationship conversation is going to cause an overflow. I don't know. Be careful, community. Io is in submission. She is in an understanding. I don't know. I gotta go. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Be safe out there.
Good night, everybody.